Today we're talking about the Eight of Swords and how we get out of it. Okay. Now, welcome to the Meta Mystic Show. For those of you who don't know, I actually have 2 seasons of this show on my other channel, the Meta Mystic Show, and I decided to move it over here to the main channel because I have been in the Eight of Swords. I have been in the Eight of Swords since the end of 2021. And as you guys have seen, for those of you who have been with me since the beginning of this channel, or have been with me for quite some time, you've seen that I have tried a bunch of things. I have hopped around. I've tried to figure out what the hell I'm doing. For those of you who don't know, I was a minister before this. I was taught that divination was absolutely of the devil. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really know what tarot was. Like, I saw it on a movie, but I didn't really know anything about tarot. Now, I have a lot more about my story over on my other channel, the Meta Mystic Show. It's also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you guys are interested in hearing like a little bit more of my backstory, I don't want to go into that today. I just wanted to start off with everything that I'm about to say to you in this episode is from personal experience. And I have so many things that I could say about this card. In fact, I actually wrote a song called The Eight of Swords that I'm going to play for you guys at the end of this episode. But I want to start off with the simplicity of this message. How do we get out of here? How do we get out of here? How the hell do we get out of here? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Panic can come through in the Eight of Swords, especially if you're somebody who's an overthinker. Hi, hello, everyone. My name is Missy Gordon, the Meta Mystic here. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, I guess. I actually looked up how to apply to a TED Talk. Did you guys know that you could just go and apply to a freaking TED Talk? You can just go fill out a freaking application. I looked that up the other night. Thanks to Chris Reck, because of his DENT program. Shameless plug. Chris, sponsor my show. Okay, hello, Chris. Thank you, everyone. Round of applause for Chris Minopontero. Actually, a big reason why I'm even sitting here right now is because of Chris. So, and I'm sure a lot of you know who he is because anybody who is involved with the tarot community probably knows Minopontero. So shout out to Chris. Thank you for encouraging us all every single day. Now, I want to get into, that's actually a really good place to start. People that you look up to and people that you inspire. People that inspire you, even just by their life lived. Like, if you are trapped in the Eight of Swords, it's true that this is self-imposed restriction, right? Or constriction. And it's true that you're the only one who can get yourself out of this mess that you've created. But I will say that connecting to people that can inspire you does loosen I have been through so much to get here. I've gone through so much to get here. And I'm talking to people that relate to that. you know. I'm not talking to people who try something for like 5 minutes and are like, I'm bored, like, okay, anyways, on to the next thing, like, I don't really care anyways. I'm talking to people who are looking to be free, right? Because I'm not a minister anymore. And now that I think back on all of my years of when I was, I think about the mentality that I used to have. I used to think that being a minister, you know, being a hierophant, was about saving people, about saving souls, praise the Lord. And now I'm starting to understand, and it's taking me years to unravel from this. It's taking me many years to unravel from my own delusion, my own lies. We're going to get to this. For those of you who are listening, audio only, watch on YouTube, by the way. But I'm showing my storyboard right now. Okay. We're going to get into these cards, but I had to start with this intro. Because the only person that can save you is you. No one can save you. We can have mentors, we can have friends, we can have people that inspire us, right? We can read books, we can listen to podcasts, we can go to conferences, right? We can listen to TED Talks, right? We can do all these things. But at the end of the day, it's you and you. So I'm here to talk to people who are looking to escape the Eight of Swords and take control of their life. And I want to show you a clip before we get into these cards of literally right before I started filming this video. I blew the fuse on the 3rd floor. I'm on a 3rd floor apartment. I blew the fuse, okay? Literally right before I was about to record this. I have been in my head about this show since I went on break from my season 2 on my other channel. And I have thought about it every single day. I have strategized. I have connected to source the best way I know how to be like, how do I put on this show? I know I need to be doing this show. And right before, literally, right when I was about to start filming, all of the power went out because I blew the freaking fuse. So this proves my point even further that I'm about to make. Hi everyone, hello. I'm about to film this video literally about the Eight of Swords. I had the heater on. I live in like an old building. And then I turned on the hairdryer and I blew the fuse. Yes, here it is. This is resistance. This is what this entire freaking book is about. Look. Resistance. This is a good book, by the way. I'm gonna go down into the basement with my freaking crazy ass, green ass, motherfucking shoes. I'm gonna get demonetized off of YouTube, and I'm not even monetized yet. Come down into my dungeon. God damn it. I don't even know where they are. Here it is. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Okay. Alright, guys. How do I do this? The ones that are off are the ones that need to be flipped. They all look on, though. Eight of Swords. What do I do? Okay, look at this map. Okay, guys, let's look at the map. Let's look at the treasure map and figure this out. Tell me, guys, future people watching this, if I flip the main switch, what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna do it. Ready? Let's go see if it worked. I didn't think this was gonna turn into a vlog, but it is. Trudged through Missy's apartment to try to fix the freaking power so I can film this video for you. Yeah. I don't recommend third floor. Okay. It's on. Sweet baby Jesus. Saint Jehoshaphat. I've done it. The lights. They're on. Okay. We're back. And we're back. Yeah. Thank you for coming with me. Okay, now I can actually film. Thank you for traveling with me down into the abyss of my basement that I've only been down into one time before. I just showed you. So anyways, back to the storyboard. It's like we're talking today about how we get out of this Eight of Swords, and this is my game plan. This is my strategy. And it's actually not my game plan. These are the cards that came out when I shuffled for this episode. But these to me are the answer, and I want to unpack this a little bit. How do we get out of the Eight of Swords? Okay, here it is. And take control, Emperor, of our lives. Because the Emperor knows how to take control. But so does the Devil. Interesting. I mean, a Capricorn, yeah. A Capricorn knows how to take control of a situation, and so does an Aries. So these are energies, right? These are energies that take control. That can take a situation and turn it in their favor. With the Devil, this can really, the line can be crossed. Okay. With the Emperor, well, yeah, the line can be crossed as well. But we're talking about self-imposed restriction. We're not talking about controlling other people or controlling situations necessarily, right? But let's get into it. Okay, so the first cards that came out when I was pulling for this episode were the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. These energies together are lethal, I feel. Like, these are energies to just remain stuck and confused and in a loop for the rest of your freaking life, right? We have wands, we have swords, and we have cups. So this is feeling like with the Nine of Wands that you can't physically move forward. Like for me, when I was recording this episode, literally, like the lights went off. And I kind of felt, I paused for a second, you guys, and I was like, oh my God, wait. Is this an omen? It's not a freaking omen, okay? And those are the sorts of mind games that I'm here to unravel with the Eight of Swords. Because especially being spiritual people, we can really get trapped in those sorts of mindsets, okay? I'm not saying that I don't believe in omens and that our guides give us messages and things like this, but my guides have given me messages about this show. This is the same example as that I would use for Mercury retrograde. Like say, for example, you are buying a house and you have planned to buy this house. Mercury retrograde is coming up. Just say it's coming up next month in this story. By the way, these episodes, these are timeless. There is no time limit on these cards. I'm doing something a little different with the show. Yes, I did pull these cards, and these are the cards that came out to kind of give me the topic of this episode, but these are not time-based, just as a disclaimer. Okay, anyways, what I was going to say with Mercury retrograde is it's the same thing. It's like if you already know that you're going to sign a contract, like I already knew that I was meant to do this show and apply it to where it applies in your life. Like say there's something that you have been thinking about for like years even, or months at the very least. When Mercury retrograde hits, you can still continue with what you were going to do because you already knew that this was something that you wanted to do. Okay. So like, for example, that's how we can tell, to me, this is how you can discern between like, oh, is something a bad omen? Eight of Swords. I feel like these are actually self-sabotaging tricks of the mind. Eight of Swords to me is a card of self-sabotage, if I were to put one label on it, right? Especially being spiritual people, we can even subconsciously talk ourselves out of like the best things that we will ever do in our freaking lives because we're like, oh my God, the power blew literally 30 seconds before I was going to start this video. So therefore, it must be a bad omen. It's not a bad omen. If anything, it's resistance. If anything, devil, this is what Christians always say. Oh, bless God, it's just the devil trying to stop me. You know, there's truth to that. Even though I don't believe in a physical devil anymore, I do believe in an energy of resistance, right? So back to this. Nine of Wands can make you feel stuck in the way of you almost don't want to take a chance because you've been through so much. Like you've just, Five of Cups, you've had so many like losses. It's like you keep going for the shot and you just keep missing it and keep missing it and keep missing it. And so that can get you in the Nine of Wands where you're like, dude, I don't even want to try again. Like I'm kind of embarrassed, to be honest with you. And that's where the devil comes in. That's the ego. If we want to be successful in life and take control of our lives, Emperor, then we need to overcome this ego. There's nobody who can stop you more than yourself. Now, I want to tell a quick story. I'm going to set down my storyboard for a second. One of my mentors, Ken Wheeler, taught me this story. Okay. Now, we have a snake and we have a rope. It's an old parable. Okay. So, back in the day, people would, well, actually not back in the day, people still do this in areas that don't have like access to toilets and things like this, but this is an ancient parable. So regardless, there was a man going out in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And in front of him on the ground, he couldn't really see because it was dark, was a rope. Just a regular old rope, benign, harmless, couldn't hurt a fly. He looked at that rope and, scared for his life, grabbed his heart thinking it was a snake, and he died right there. He died from something that wasn't even real. I love that story because that to me proves the Eight of Swords so meticulously. Like I feel like that just completely proves the Eight of Swords. It's like, yes, it is in your own mind, right? Your fear, what's stopping you. You know, with the Nine of Wands, maybe you've tried something again and again and again. And I want to talk quickly about the confidence competency loop. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay. But let me stay on this Eight of Swords for a second. It's like, yes, this is in your mind. It's not real, just like this rope isn't real. But that man actually did have a heart attack and die because he thought that it was real. And we can think that there are, you know, we can self-sabotage. We can think, oh, this might happen or this might happen. Or what if I ask this person out and they reject me? Or what if I start this business and it fails for the third time? Or what if I invest my money in this and do your research? This is not financial advice. And I lose it all, even though I know what I'm doing. It's like we can get caught in this Eight of Swords literally for the rest of our lives. And it could all just be in our heads. None of it has to be real. But with the 9 of Wands, that's why I want to, it's a subtlety with the 9 of Wands because, and that's what I want to talk about with the confidence competency model. Hold on, let me switch my camera real quick. All right, y'all, I'm back. Somebody started GoFundMe for a new camera for me. Okay. Buy my merch, then I can buy a new camera so I don't have to stand up every 10 minutes and restart it. I've tried everything. This is a Nikon D3100. I've had this for years. You can only record up to 10 minutes. So, it is what it is. L'chaim. Okay. Confidence competency loop. This is what it is. Let's talk about the 9 of Wands. If you feel like you don't want to move forward because you've been through so much shit, like you've tried so many things and it's come up wanting, 5 of Cups. Like 5 of Cups to me is, it's kind of this defeatist sort of a mindset where it's like, even though he has the 2 cups, and I know everybody always says this, it's like, oh, just gotta turn around and grab those 2 cups. To me, the 5 of Cups is he doesn't want to grab the 2 cups. It's kind of like the 4 of Cups. It's an advanced 4 of Cups, which is not a good thing. 4 of Cups to me can kind of be like, oh, I feel disappointed. I'm disenchanted. Nothing really looks good. There's nothing I really want to eat. There's nobody I'm really interested in dating. I keep trying all this stuff. I don't really care. It's kind of like apathy turns to, like when apathy continues. I believe what happens, especially with these 2 energies combined, 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups, it's kind of like a cycle, and we're going to talk about the confidence competency loop, which is the antidote, I believe, to this energy and how we get to the Emperor and how we take control of our lives. Okay? Then we're going to get to the 7 of Cups and the Devil a little bit too. 5 of Cups. Why doesn't the guy just grab the cups and go? Why? Why is he standing there? Why is he in his freaking emo under oath hoodie with the holes cut out of his wrists? Like I used to do when I was like 15. Why is he like my screamo? Why is he like this? I'm waiting for the answer from the class. Why doesn't he just take the cups and go? Because he's sad. He's depressed. Like he doesn't even want to pick up the 2 cups. It's like he knows he's kind of shuffling. He knows he's gonna eventually, but he's kind of just like, I just want to stand here for a second and just be freaking sad. Like he's having a pity. It's more than a pity party, but let's just keep it on the lighter end of things for today. Because absolutely this can dip into, especially with the Devil, this can dip into, I'm somebody who struggled with self-harm for 17 years, and I'll just talk about it openly. So absolutely this can dip into the darker themes, especially with the Devil present. But let's keep it more on the pity party side of things. Like he's gonna grab the cups, but like he's disheartened. Like this sucks. 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups. I keep trying and trying. I keep dating people. I keep starting businesses. I keep working on my health, and then I keep gaining weight. It's like, and whatever it is for you, I'm just coming up with examples. With the 9 of Wands, it's like you don't want to try again. So here's the antidote, okay? Antidote to the 9 of Wands. Confidence competency model. I learned this from Mel Robbins. I love Mel Robbins. I think she's a Libra. Would make sense because she was a lawyer. But anyways, love you, Mel. Shout out to Mel Robbins. Okay. The confidence competency model is very simple. It's when you're in this state and you don't want to take action. mentally, you're like, nah, I don't want to make a fool of myself again. Okay? And it's this feeling of the Nine of Wands. I know everybody says it's the wounded warrior, and I agree with that. I think it's someone who it hits you in the nuts, man. When you okay, let's talk to emperors today. Male, female, non-binary, however you identify. If you keep putting yourself out there in any area of your life, love, money, whatever, trying whatever. Nine of Wands talks about trying something again and again and again. And you just keep getting hit in the nuts again and again and again and again and again. Are you just going to be like gung-ho, like, yeah, let's try that again, guys. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Come on, everybody. Let's start another merch line, Missy. Let's start our third merch line. Let's try this one out. Come on, everybody. Yeah, your whole ministry just, you started all of that. You put all your years into that. You were in a religion since the time you were born. You came out of the womb singing Kumbaya. You had an entire worldview that was Jesus or hell. You spent your life evangelizing to all your friends and making a freaking fool of yourself for years and years and years, and now you don't even believe in any of that anymore. You don't even believe in the devil anymore. And here I go again, back out on my Metamystic channel, and I've been doing this for 2 years now, guys, so, it's like, yes, there are still moments that I feel embarrassed, but my spirituality, I'm grateful that all of that has happened to me, that I believe the divine opened my eyes. I used to pray this prayer every single day. God, show me who you are. Show me who you really are. Because I knew the Christians didn't really know, or that it was only part of the story. So I would pray that prayer, God, show me who you are. Show me who you are. Just alone in my room. And then even when I had the microphone in church, I would, in front of the whole congregation, I would pray, show us who you are, Lord. Show us who you are. I used to play music every Saturday. Anyways, I'm going to play my song 8 of Swords at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. But let's get back to this. It's like if you get hit in the nuts one too many times, if you start, how many freaking merch lines are you going to start? Buy my merch, by the way. Are you gonna want to just come out swinging? So that's where the confidence competency rule comes in, and back to it. Well, if I don't feel confident, and that was my point with my whole kicked in the nuts thing. If you've been kicked in the nuts one too many times, how many times am I going to say nuts? Nuts, nuts, nuts. Okay. All my lip gloss is off and everything. You know what I mean? It's hard to be pretty when you're talking real shit. Can I get an amen? When I get really talking about real shit, I'm like, I don't care about my makeup. Okay, back to it. If you don't feel confident, 9 of Wands, how do you get more confidence? Confidence, competence. If you don't feel competent, like, oh, I don't feel like I could do that because I keep failing, then how in God's name are you going to get more confidence? That's the quandary. That's the loop. Loop-de-loop and pull. Yes, SpongeBob reference. We talk philosophy on this channel. So, thank you. Shout out to SpongeBob. Basically, let's sum up the confidence competency model. All right, because you can look up the graphs. You know what I'm saying. Let's sum it up quick. Grab your nuts and go. All right, that's what it is. Because it's a psychological loop. 8 of Swords. Well, I don't feel confident. I don't feel competent. So how am I supposed to get confidence if I'm not competent? Ugh. Let me restart my camera. It's kind of the same thing like when you're getting your first job and you've never had a job before. I shouldn't hold up the 9 of Wands for this. Let me tell this story. If you're a kid and you've never had a job before, it's that catch-22 where it's like you need to have experience to get a job, but you've never had a job. So what the hell do you do? It's similar to this 9 of Wands energy paired with the 8 of Swords. Very similar energy where it's like, well, how am I supposed to get more confident, Emperor, to do the things I want to do if I literally feel trapped in my mind like I'm not competent? I don't have the competence. I don't have the ability to do something. How do we solve that? Very simple. Grab your nuts and go. Very simple. Emperor, male, female, non-binary, however you identify. You know what I'm saying? Grab your proverbial nuts. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's all it is. You just do it again. And like I showed with that clip that the power went out, you need to, and that's where this devil comes in, I feel. Because the devil is that grit. The devil is resistance. That's why people personify the devil and say, oh, the devil made me do it. Or, oh, the devil's trying to stop me because I'm doing the Lord's work. The devil, quote unquote, into the microphone, quote unquote. The devil is actually, if you can harness that energy and use it to your advantage, is actually one of your strongest abilities that you can have. Like, there's nobody here to help me to fix the power. I've never been down there. I went down there like one time in the 3 years I've lived here. Didn't even know where the box was. You guys saw the clip. But it's one of those moments where you're just like, I used that energy to my advantage. Like, I was kind of mad. Like, I have been stuck in my freaking head about starting this show. Like, I think about it every single day, and I'm finally today was going to film it, right? And then the power went out. So instead of just being like, oh no, oh boy, maybe I'll just push it off. Maybe I'll start my diet on Monday. We'll start that juice fast next Monday. You know, we'll go to the gym next Monday. That's something I've struggled with my weight since I was a child. I've struggled with my weight my entire life. So for me, that's an easy example. Use that resistance to actually power you. Empower you. The devil is not bad. Think of a Capricorn. Capricorns love to work. And Capricorns will get the job done and they'll do it right. And it's that grit. It's that raw, like just sheer will to get something done. Where other people would be like, I'm too tired. A Capricorn's like, tired? Come on, kid. Especially paired with the Emperor. Yeah. Okay. So my point with the devil is use the resistance. Oh, I keep trying stuff, Missy, and I'm just so discouraged, and I keep trying stuff and it's not working, and then I feel bad about myself, and then it's a loop, and then I go into a depression again, 5 of Cups, and I feel like I can't do it, and then I get confused, 7 of Cups. We're going to get to the 7 of Cups in a minute. Then we're going to close. Actually, then I'm going to play my song 8 of Swords for you guys. Then I get confused, and then I try something else, 7 of Cups, and then that doesn't work, and then I feel even worse about myself. Okay. We need to pick something, use the resistance that we're feeling in our literal physical bodies, like everything screaming inside of you. I don't want to do this for all these different reasons, and all these past memories coming up, and I'm embarrassed, and all these things happened, and what if another thing happens, and what if I fall on my face? Take all of that with the devil and harness it. take that anger, take that rage, take that embarrassment and shame and all those times that people like made fun of you and didn't understand you and people cheated on you and your business failed and you lost all that money in the stock market and you made a bad investment and you hated yourself and you even self-harmed yourself. Take all of that, mix it up in the cauldron, mix it up. All right, kids, let's mix it up. Let's take that big bowl of soup, big bowl of witchy soup, and let's drink our own poison and use it to our advantage. There's a card in, what is that deck? It's called, like, Witch's Brew is the name of the card. What deck is that in, guys? I know you guys know. It's a newer deck that I got. It's an Oracle deck. But anyways, there's a card in there that says, like, drink the witch's brew or something like that. Like, drink your own medicine. Like, it's your brain. It's your mind. You're the one, 8 of Swords, 9 of Wands, that have all these memories. Other people don't have the memories you have. Those bad, quote unquote, memories that you have of, like, when kids made fun of you in middle school. I'll go first. Hey, everybody, I was extremely bullied in middle school. It's like, not everybody has those sorts of stories. So, like, mix it up in the brew, drink it up, and go for it. Hey, you might have a book in there that you need to write that can help inspire people because you have so many goddamn stories. Missy, so many bad things have happened to me. That's why I'm trapped. This is actually my point of view. The more bad things that happen to you, the more wisdom that you are. The more wisdom, let me say it like this. The more wisdom that's available. You think the emperor just, like, came out of the womb a freaking emperor? The emperor literally, by their own life lived and all of their experiences, became this emperor. You're not gonna listen to one podcast, to one story, read one book of any successful person that has ever lived that doesn't have devils in their past, that doesn't have stories. I had to overcome this. I grew up in poverty. I was discriminated against. My father was an alcoholic, or I struggled with alcoholism, or my first business tanked. Think about, like, Disney, for example. They actually were selling Disney watches that they still sell today. That was going to be the big ticket, believe it or not. It's like, anyways, let me get back on topic. Now, with all of that said, the antidote to the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Wands, so that you don't continue in the loop, and the 5 of Cups as well, because the sadness that comes from the failures, quote unquote failures. What is the antidote to this? It's the confidence competency model. Remember, it's literally just grab your nuts and do it, because the more you do it, the more confidence you will gain, even if you do fail. Like I said, you have another story to glean from, but you have to choose to see it that way. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it as like, I'm so insecure, I'm not worth anything, and let it really take you down like that, and let it go into this devil zone of, like, I'm not worth much, it's like a waste. Like, these experiences are worth so much. Right? So the more we put ourselves out there, the more confidence we gain, even if we fail, because all the brain sees that as is that you did do that public speaking. You did start that new business. And whether it succeeds or not, you did it and you have experience. The Emperor is experience-based. The Emperor has lived a life with experiences. So, in closing, 7 of Cups, pick something and do it with all your heart and let that resistance actually fuel you forward. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Great to have my show back up and running. I plan to be posting these every Friday at 12 noon Eastern time. So look out for that. And I love you guys. Like, I'm so proud of all of you, and I'm really happy to be here, and I'm happy to share anything that Spirit shows me to share. I'm interested to see what our next episode is going to be. Remember, you can also listen to this episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I'd love to have you guys listen as well. If you want to support the channel, you can purchase merch, as I'm just sporting it shamelessly. You can also donate or leave comments, like, subscribe. These are YouTube currency, as you know. And so if you can't afford to actually support me financially as I'm doing this work, your likes and your comments, honestly, are just as empowering to me and just as meaningful as financial help. So thank you, everybody. And if you would like to support me financially when it comes to like buying a new camera or what, like the other things that I need to purchase for this channel, then thank you. All right, guys, I will see you next Friday. And here is my song, 8 of Swords. I love you guys. Bye. Snowy days, misty haze on the horizon. I miss the ocean waves. I miss it when you'd say, hey. Summer was over at the drop of a hat. Holding tight only to hold you fast. Star-studded feeling brought in a deeper meaning. Freudian reasoning, Piscean daydreaming, my girl. Squeezing palms, Epstein's island, desperate qualm. How did I get here again? 8 of Swords, mental illness, a wicked stillness. Hello darkness, my old friend. Snowy days, distant haze. How did I get here again? How did I get here? Get me out, turn, let me out, and that's when I realized that the only prison was in my mind. Squeezing palms, Epstein's island, desperate qualm. How did I get here again? 8 of Swords, mental illness, a wicked stillness. Hello darkness, my old friend. Snowy days, distant haze. How did I get here again? How did I get here? How did I get here again? How did I get here again? Did I get here?